Yeah.
And how do you know when EMDR is over?
Great question. The trainer who I took my training from, Rebecca Case, she's phenomenal, Trauma Therapist Institute. She mentions that it's almost like we're squeezing a lemon until that juice is out.
Mm.
We check in with the body, we do body scans. Go back to the original memory. Is there any like distress or discomfort in your body coming up? Scan your body from head to toe. Is there anything else coming up? Oh, I feel a little tightness in my chest. Okay, let's notice that. Let's go with that. So really, like at the end, we're checking in with the body to see if there's anything left, and we are reprocessing until there is nothing left from that memory. And it doesn't mean that the memory is erased. It just means that we don't have any more adverse reaction to it. All good.
Sorry about that.
So you're good. You're good. My metaphor is like someone really wants to talk to you right now. So the metaphor that I like to use with my clients, because sometimes people are worried that like going into these memories is scary and hard, and oh, it's like I don't want to go back there. And it's like here's what I like to tell people: we're on an EMDR train, and you're looking out the window, and the memories are kind of like flashing by outside of the train. So like there's some distance there between you and the memory. You aren't in the memory, you're kind of looking at it from a distance. And then, we're not getting off that EMBR train until we're at the end, at the station, at the destination.
And is that measured by anything?
Yeah, we use subjective units of distress scale. So 0 to 10, 0 is no disturbance, no distress. 10 is the worst you can imagine. And ideally, we want to get it down to a 0. Sometimes it's a 1 because like there's always going to be something there. But yeah, we get it down to a 0. Yeah, yeah.
And in your experience, did
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
down to a 0?
No, because I haven't finished my process yet, but I can
Okay.
tell you a little bit about that. And trigger warning, because like mine was from a traumatic event, specifically through complex trauma that I experienced when I was like in my late teens, early 20s. Yeah, I really like sought out an EMDR therapist because a couple months ago I had an experience where I lost service in the mountains and I didn't know where I was and I couldn't find my way and I had a panic attack. And I'm like, oh, there's something here. And there was a moment of almost like a flashback to where I was like, I know where this is coming from. It's from my past abusive relationship that I was in when I was like basically 17 to 21 or something like that. So there was one memory I knew I wanted to target. And I sought someone out. I found this great therapist. And like I said, I kind of knew, I kind of knew my timeline of memories going into it. I was like, okay, this is the one, this is the next one, this is the next one. Because I knew the process. But so we were able to get started pretty quickly. And what happened was my memory, again, like trigger warning, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about the memory just to kind of set the scene of the image that I was seeing was like me in the woods with this person that I used to date. And I was on the ground. Like my image was me on the ground, like in fetal position. That was the worst part of the memory for me that I was remembering. I didn't know where I was. Like I could have very well been lost or like not found my way back. Fortunately, he didn't leave me there. However, it was still very traumatic because I felt very unsafe and very alone. And those were kind of the cognitions, the thoughts around it that I was holding, the beliefs around it that I was holding, that I was unsafe and I was alone. So again, we kind of bring up the image, which was me on the ground. We bring up the body sensation. I was feeling a lot of tingling in my arms. I was feeling cold. And we bring up the feelings around it, which was like, I was scared. I was scared was really like the only one I could really pull there. So when we first went into it, I was sitting, right, with the buzzers in my hand, but I felt like I was on the ground with my arms were shaking. I was freezing cold. I was having the sensations. Yeah, I'm like, I should probably slow down. I feel myself going kind of fast because it is still a little bit triggering. Like I said, I haven't gotten to a 0 yet, but I'm going to go
Yeah,
back
and
and
I
work
was
on
gonna
it.
say, wow, like the fact that you're even talking about this right now says a lot about
Yeah.
how much this process has already done, even just in what, one session?
Yeah, yeah, this was one
Wow.
2-hour session.